many seagulls. Look at all those seagulls. And all their seagull glory.
So up ahead on the left, oh wait a minute, the water coming out here, that's cooling water. They use it to cool the furnace, but they do clean it before they put it back in the rivers. Up ahead of us are coils of finished steel. Those coils weigh 20 to 80,000 pounds each. And they can only put one or two of the smallest ones on a flatbed truck to drive to their customer, and they'd be up to the load limits on the highway. So they would rather load up a big barge. There's one barge that comes in here, you get 200 coils. There's a couple of them that can do 400 of the biggest coils. They get a tugboat, push it to their
Yes, I do call
customers.
them beach
For
chickens.
places
I have
like
a pet
Cleveland
seagull
and
named
Chicago and
Beach
Detroit, where they're making automobiles and appliances, and it's just the cheapest and safest and easiest way to go, so you'd rather do that.
Oh, okay.
80,000 pounds per roll.
There's 80,000 pounds worth of steel.
No, just
Right
one
over there.
roll. There's hundreds of rolls there.
Lots of steel.
Make it, yeah.
Lots of beach chickens
That's a
too.
lot of steel.
And a lot of beach chickens. Right?
We have been given permission to use the Canadian lock. It's under the single hump on the bridge there, so we'll be heading down in that direction. It is a clear lock for us, which is something we like to hear. It's all ready for us. Down to the left right now, you can see the headwaters of the power canal. For the Canadian side, there's a log boom across the head of it to keep ice and other debris from washing down. So we are in Canada on both sides of the boat right now. When we get a little closer, I'll show you where there's two flags at the lowest point on the bridge. Dang, wish I could do it sooner. Here comes a truck with something on it. That'd be a good way to show you. There's two of them. Maybe we'll be closer. Cat 40's got better eyes than yeah, okay, by the time we get there, maybe we can show you those two trucks. That's where the border is. And I'll tell you about the lock.
How many minutes does it take
Right
to
there.
raise the fire of the log?
You would keep, if you would shut your hole long enough to listen to her, I tell you.
So we are in Canada, both sides of the boat. The flags are where the border is.
Viewers, excuse my dad. I'm sorry. And my mom.
So this lock, when it was first built, was 900 feet long. In 1895, for a little bit, it was the longest lock in the world. But then they built the Davis and Sabin locks over on our side. They were 1,350 feet long. That was 1914, the first one was built, so they lost that distinction. And on our side, they were really responding to the changes that were happening in the shipping industry that are just breaking so fast it made your head spin. Things were changing. The boats went from being wooden boats to iron boats to steel boats, and so fast. And they were longer and longer and longer. Every time something came off, there'd be another 50 or 100 feet on it. So this lock really wasn't prepared to handle a lot of that. They didn't do a lot of maintenance on it. But it didn't catch up with them until the 1980s when a big chunk of the lock wall fell in 1987. The Canadian government had to shut the lock and think about what they wanted to do with that space. And ultimately, they decided to make it a much smaller recreational lock. And so they decided to fill in around the edges with concrete to make them a little more secure. And the lock ended up being 254 feet long, 55 feet wide, and about 10 feet deep at low pool. So we're about the biggest boats that can use it today. But a lot of smaller boats use it, and including paddle boats. You can paddle a canoe or kayak into this lock, but it's all free again. It's run by the City Parks Department of St. Marie, Ontario, with funds from the Canadian government. It's open from mid-May to mid-October during daylight hours.